Hi, hello everyone. I hope everyone is safe and sound. So, now, as part of our e learning, we are going to see the chapter 5, which deals with web development life cycle. So, to start with this chapter, web development life cycle is nothing but what are the process or what are the various stages we have to follow when we develop a website. So that is web development life cycle. So now let's see the topics. So the first one, web development life cycle. So the first point here tells that whatever the project, whatever the software development we do, we always should follow a method, a process, a step to make it completeness, to make the consistency, so that the final product is the best product we developed. So, whenever we say we develop a website, we have to follow some methodology. So, this methodology will finally yield a very good, the user friendly product. So, if we see the web development life cycle, we have so many phases, which comes the first is planning. After planning, we have analysis, design and development, and once we develop it, we have to test it, and then finally we have to implement it and we have to maintain it as per the user's request. So these are the various phases. So in this slide we see what are all the various stages and what are all the questions as a developer we have to ask ourselves. So the stage 1 is planning. So planning, we will be asking the questions: what is the purpose of this website? So why we want to develop this website? What is the need of this website? Who will use this website? So who are our end users? Which people, which persons, or which group of persons, those who will be using this website? What are their computing environment? For example, if I am using a website, whether I'm using my laptop or I'm using my mobile phone or I'm using my desktop. So whenever we design a website, it all depends on which device I'm using. For example, if I'm using desktop, no problem, I have enough and power, there will be no power problem, or there, because we have enough power, that is online powering. But if I am saying if I am using a mobile phone, I have some little scalability needed for my mobile charge, the backup of power, because we have a limited battery size in which you cannot use the mobile phone for a long period of time. So based on the devices, the design of the website should be considered so that the website should not consume more resources. Next one, who owns and authors the information on the website? So whether the developer have to author the content, or the organization or the institution who is using this website, they have to own the website or they have to author. Authoring is nothing but they provide the content. So if we, for example, if we take our university website, the content for our website will be provided by the university, not by the developer. If we have something called as forum, then the content will be given by the developer itself. So that is a difference. So these are the questions we have to ask. That is, why we have to develop the website, who will use the website, what are all their computing environment, so whether they are using mobile phone, laptop or desktop, and final question is who owns. So who will be the owner of the website, or who will be the author of the website, so who will provide the content. So all these questions we have to ask in the planning stage. So this is all about planning stage. Second one, analysis. So what information is useful to the user? So once you decide everything in the planning stage, now we need to analyze. So what we have to do? So we have to make sure what are all the informations we need to provide to the user to make it more meaningful. And third one, design and development. So once you finalize all these questions, that is, once you get the answer for all these questions, then we will go for design and development. So what type of website layout is appropriate? So we have different types of website layout. So we will see later in our presentation. So what kind of layout, website layout we are going to follow, whether linear or web-based. So there are different types. We will see that. And second question, what forms of multimedia is helpful to the user? So what kind of multimedia content you are going to provide, whether it is going to be an audio, whether it is going to be a video, or whether it is going to be some animations. Okay, so what kind of multimedia content we are going to provide to the user, so it is going to be useful. And the fourth stage, which is called as testing. So now I designed the website, I developed the website, and now the website is ready. But before delivering it, I have to test it. Okay, so in this testing phase, the first thing is that is the website content correct? So first thing I have to check is whether all the information in the website are correct, whether the informations are correct. So second question, does the website functions correctly? So whether all the links, all the images, all the contents, whether they are working properly, whether all the images are displayed, whether all the links are working properly. So we have to check. And next one, are users able to find the information they need? So obvious, our ultimate goal is to satisfy the customer of the website, what is the user of the website. So our ultimate goal is that we have to satisfy them. So when a customer will be satisfied? When he have everything he need. So that is what this point says about. And next one, is the navigation easy to use? Okay, so we have created so many links, we can traverse from one web page to another web page, but whether that traversal is very easy, moving from one web page to another web page, is it easy for the user to use? Whether the graphical user interface which we used is very easy, or it is the user is feeling very difficult that to move around the website. So we have to test everything. We have to get a positive answer for all these things. Only then we have to further proceed our web development. And last phase is nothing but implementation and maintenance. So whatever the software product, the thing is that it is not just developing it, but the most important phase is that the implementation, and after implementation, the very most important phase, maintenance. So the maintenance phase is a lifelong space, because the development can be done in 1 month or 3 months or 6 months, but the maintenance will go for years and years until we stop using the software or until we stop using our product. The maintenance has to be done as per the user's request. So here in this phase, we have to ask certain questions. So the first one is, how is the website published? So how you are going to publish the website? How is the website updated? Okay, so whether you are going to have your own domain, or you are going to use, or you are going to buy a domain from somebody else, and how you are going to update the content in a website. The content should be changed based upon the organization's work. Okay, so based upon the organization, the content have to change. So let us consider, if we consider Lulu, they have to change the content every day. They have to change the price, they have to change the product, they have to add the product. So every day they need to change the content, which is nothing but the updations. And third one, who is responsible for content update? Okay. In Lulu, who will do these changes in the website? Whether anybody can do that in the Lulu? No, only the responsible persons who are in charge of this, only they can do this. So it should be decided who can do it, whether by the customer itself or by the software developer. So that should be answered. And last question, will the website be monitored? So whether you will monitor the website, how many users per day, who are they, from which country, or what is the IP of the users. So all these things should be answered for the web development life cycle. So first one, website planning. So we have seen all the questions that will be asked. So now we will see the elaborate information about every stages. So the first one, website planning. So it involves the identification of the website goals or purpose. So as I said before, we have a question that why we have to create this, why we need to create a website. So that is our ultimate goal or the purpose we are creating a website. The second question is, what is the purpose of this website? Why this, for what purpose, for what reason this particular website will be used? Third one, in addition to understanding the website purpose, you should also ask who will use the website. So who is the user of this website? So knowing the target audience in terms of age, gender, computer literacy, everything is useful for us. So based on that information, we can change our design, we can change our development. For example, if our website is used by peoples who have computer literacy, then it is very easy and we can use some more sophisticated concepts. But if our website is used by peoples who don't have any literacy on computer, then it is our ultimate goal that we should make sure the website and its content and moving from one web page to another web page must be very simple. We should not go for some advanced or high-end features. Understanding the computing environment, that is what I said you before, whether they are using mobile phone, laptop or desktop or iPad, whatever the thing, whatever the devices. So based on the devices, we have to design our website. Why? Because the display of these devices like mobile phone, laptop or desktop differs. So to have the same feeling and same look on all devices, we need to provide or we need to support for all these devices so that the websites will have a nice look on all these devices. The last question, who will provide the information? So whatever the content, whatever the data you want to provide in the website, who will provide that? So whether the developer or the organization who is in need of a website. So that all these questions will be answered in website planning. Next one, website analysis. During this phase, the web designer needs to make decision about the website content and functionality. So what kind of functionalities we need. Okay, what are the content we need to provide? Like, I need a home page, I need a product page, I need a contact page, I need descriptions, or I need a feedback page. So the pages, what are the various pages you need the user should use. It includes a detailed analysis of content of the website in terms of information covered, processing required. So it is nothing but analysis is nothing but we are finalizing what are the content we have, what are the number of web page we should have, and what the web page should contain. So informations. Okay, so whether it can be a product, or it can be the price of the product, or it can be some other informations. Next one, website design and development. So after the purpose of website has been found, so now we know what is the reason we are developing a website, and now we know what are the various pages, and now we know what are the various informations in all the pages. Now we need to organize. So now it is the time to organize. So what is the home page? What is the next page? How we can move from one page to another? Which image should be displayed first? Which image should be displayed second? What kind of table should be displayed? What information a table? All those, the order. That is what we are doing in website design and development. Many ways are there in the website to organize. So we have some elements which are given, for example, like we have titles, we have heading, we have horizontal rules, we have paragraph, list, page length, information, and others. I hope all those things like title, heading, horizontal rule, paragraph, list, these topics all we are seen in our HTML chapter. So I hope you have some information or you have some knowledge about this. So I'm moving on the next slide. Now, as we have discussed that there are certain website layouts. Okay, the method, the model, how we are displaying. So when we see for a website to be designed, we have three different types of layout called as linear, hierarchical, and web bed. So these are the three types in which you can design a website. Each layout links or connects the web pages in a different structure. Okay. So what is the main difference between these three? Simple. How your web pages are linked. That's it. If I want to move from home page to a contact page, how I can move? So that is what website layout is all about. So we should select a layout for our website based on how users will most easily navigate. So among these three, we have to decide what kind of layout we need. Okay, so we cannot select a layout randomly for our website. So we have to decide who is our user, how they can use our website, what is the content, that is the information that will be in our web page. So we have to have everything, we have to consider everything, and then we have to decide what we have to do. So to start with, linear website layout. A linear website layout connects web page in straight line. Very simple. You can move from one page to the next page, then to the another page. So one page at a time in a row. There is only the direction of movement is one way. You cannot change the direction. So that is all about linear website layout. Okay. So this is appropriate if the information on the web page should be read in a specific order. So if you want your user to read the content in a specific order, then we will use linear website layout. Next one, hierarchical website layout. So hierarchical, as we all know, everywhere, every organization have an hierarchy. So starting from the top level management to the end users or the end employees. So same as that here we have a hierarchy, so which connects web page in a tree like structure. So now we will have a home page, and from the home page we will be having a set of pages in the secondary level, and from there we will be having another set of pages in the third level. So the levels goes on if we have the number of pages, more number of pages. Okay. So a hierarchical website layout works well on a site with a main index or a table of content page that links to all other web pages. That's what I said. Whenever we want to see a website, always the website will be started from the home page, and from the home page we can move to any pages we need or we like. So here there will be a hierarchy. So from the home page we can move to a specific pages, and from there we can move to some other pages. So there will be a tree like structures. So levels, level 1 2 like that, we will be having so many levels of pages. Next one, web-based website layout. So this is the third one and the easiest one. There is no structure, no rules. Whatever you want to do, you can do. If you want to go from home page, you want to go to contact, you can go. From contact, I have to go to some product page, I can go. So there is no structure, no rules. Wherever you want to pass the information, you can just pass it. So that is what web-based website layout. So this is the three layouts, and whenever we are designing a website, we should make sure we select the best layout. Okay, we cannot select it randomly, or we cannot select it with a guess. It should be selected with a reason, and most probably with a valid reason. Okay, so using a combination of these three layout is appropriate if it helps user navigate through the site easily. So even there is no condition that we have to use only one layout of this website layouts. You can use all the three in our website. It should be based on the user's need. If the user's need of all the three layouts, no problem, you can use all the three layouts. So next one, multimedia content. That is what. So whenever we are using this, we have to make sure that what kind of multimedia content we are providing, whether we are providing some audio, or whether we are providing some video, or whether we are providing some other animations. So make sure you have known what multimedia content we are going to use. So examples, it is like graphics, photos, video, audio. Next one, website testing. So I said you before, once we develop, all of a sudden we cannot provide the product to the user. So before that we have to test it whether the product is working fine. So there are so many things we have to test. The first one is review of page content. So we have to make sure the information in the website are true. Then functionalities. All the functionalities which we provide in the website should be working. And third one, usability. So usability is nothing but how easy for the user to use the web page. So whether they are able to understand the content in an order, or whether they are able to move from one web page to another web page, whether it is easy for them. So we have to finalize that. And so what are the steps you have to do for conducting a test? So first thing, reviewing for accurate spelling and proofreading content including page titles. So first, the very more simple and the most important thing is that we have to check the spelling of all the informations. We have to check the spelling for all the words, including title. So this looks very simple, but this is the major mistake most often we do. Second thing, checking links to ensure. So now we need to click on every link and see whether the link is working or it's functioning properly. Next one, checking graphics. I already told you. So we have to check whether all the images are loaded. If we have some multimedia content like audio or video, you have to make sure that both audio and video they are playing. Next one, testing forms and other interactive page elements. Okay, if I have a feedback form in my website, or if I have a registration form where the user can register themselves to the website, then I have to check it. So I have to use some dummy informations and I have to enter it and I have to check whether it is working properly. Next one, testing pages to check for speed of loading. Okay, now as a user, do you think that you will wait for more than 5 minutes for a single page to get loaded in our browser? Definitely not. We cannot wait for so much of time because we feel we are so busy. So what I have to do is that once I have developed a website, I have to check that website in low speed internet connection. I have to check in the network where the internet speed is very less. So and I have to find it out how much time it takes to load the web page. So because our ultimate aim is that the customer should not wait for the information. Once they enter the address, immediately as soon as possible they should get the web page loaded. So that is what we have to do. Next one, printing each page to check how page prints. Fine. So this is an add-on process. If our customer he wants to print the content of our web page, so it should be in order. It cannot be printed without any format. It should have some format. So it is printed very neatly and in a very good manner. So I have to check that. And last one, testing each web in several different browser types and versions to verify they display correctly. So as you know, we have so many browsers. We have Firefox, we have Chrome, we have Internet Explorer, and all these browsers are not same. They have their own display style, they have their own display strategy. So the content or the web page will look different on different web browsers. So I have to make sure that in any web browser my web pages are displayed as same. It should not be different for different browsers. So I have to check that whether the web page is displayed same in all the browsers, in all the versions of your same browser. Even if we have some versions, updated versions, our website may not be displayed properly. So I have to check everything that is within the browser or between the browsers, my web page should be displayed properly. And the continuity, the second one, usability. So I already told you how usable the website is for our customer. So usability is nothing but the measure of how well product allows user to accomplish their goal. So every customer, every user, they will come to our website only to achieve some of their goals. So goals in the sense, I need some information, I need some knowledge. So whether they achieve that by using our website, that we have to measure. Second one, usability testing is a method by which users of a website are asked to perform certain tasks. So we ask them to do some task, and based on the experience they had in the task, they will provide you some feedback. Whether using the website is very easy for them, or it is very tedious job or very difficult job for them. So that is what testing is all about in website development. And the last phase, the most important phase of any software development, implementation and maintenance. So once you completed everything, once you finalized why we need the website, what are the content, how it should be displayed, and then you designed it, you developed it, you coded, and now you need to implement. So once the testing is completed, and if the testing results are positive, you can use as it is in the implementation phase. But if there is any corrections needed, any modifications needed based on the testing result, that should be done, and then it should be brought to the implementation. So implementation, what is implementation in a website? If it is a program, if it is a software, implementation is nothing but installing. But what do you mean by implementation in website development? So nothing but placing our website in the web server. So this is called as implementation. So we are now going to place all our files, all our images, all our multimedia content to this server, which is called as web server. So this is the server from where all the users, they can request for the web page and they can get the response, which is nothing but the web page. So once the website has been implemented, so now I uploaded all my files in the server. That is what implementation is all about. Now maintenance, done. We have implemented, we have developed, everything is done. Now what I have to do? Maintenance. What I have to maintain? So it is nothing but updating the information. As I said you before, if we consider an example of Lulu, they have to upload the information every day. So that is called as maintenance. Periodical checking of the links is also necessary. So I have to check whether all the links are working properly in a specific time period, and I have to monitor the website, whether the website has the same speed performance, or whether there is any performance degradation, or whether the website takes too much time to load, or even the server, whether the server is working fine. So everything should be maintained. So we have something called as log. Okay, the web servers that host the website keeps log. This was maintained by the web server. The web server will have a log, which is nothing but an entry, whoever send a request, whoever requested a web page. For example, if I want to use our university website, the web server will make an entry that Gopal have requested our website on this day, this time, this much of times. So that is what a log. So a log is nothing but a file that lists all the web pages that have been requested from the website. Okay, so it will have entry for every request made by the user to the web server for a particular page. So this is all about site implementation and maintenance. And why we need this log? Why we need a file called log, and we need to store all the informations about the user request and the response. The thing is that the first thing, or the use of log, is that we can determine the number of visitors. So how many users they are visiting our website in a day? So if the number of users visiting our website increases, then I have to increase the performance of the server. I have to change the configuration of the server so the server can perform better when the number of users increases. And the browser types. So in which browser, how my website is working. So all those things I have to check. The connection speed and everything. So that is all about maintenance. And last, cookies. So cookies, a favorite of every one of us in our day-to-day life. So the same thing, we have something called cookies in website development. So that is called as internet cookies. So they are a very small file. Internet cookies is nothing but a small file that is downloaded from the web server to our local web browser. Example, our Chrome or Firefox or an Internet Explorer. So from the server, this file will be downloaded in our local system. Okay. But why we have to download this? So whenever you are connected to a web server for the very first time, the web server will transmit you the internet cookies along with the response. So response is nothing but a web page. So along with a web page, the web server will send you a cookie, internet cookie. So this will be used by the client, that is our system, our web browser will use these cookies for the next time it makes any request to the web server. So the web server can easily understand this is the old user who is coming back for some other request. So that is the main purpose of cookies, to make sure or to know the customer or to understand about the customer. We are using the cookies. So whenever you are making again any request, the thing is that the web server will provide you with the updated cookies. And that's all about our presentation. I hope you can understand. If you have any doubts or any clarifications you need, you can always ask me and you can contact me. So waiting for your reply. Doubts, most welcome. No doubts, no problem. We will move on with